They said Japan had no future in air superiority, that it would rely on allies by American stay quiet. But beneath layers of secrecy, steel, and national pride, a new beast is rising. It doesn't roar, it whispers, and when it flies, it vanishes. This is not a jet made for headlines. It's made for war. This is the Mitsubishi F-X, Japan's most advanced, most dangerous, and most mysterious fighter jet ever created. And it's still a ghost. Japan once ruled the skies of the Pacific. The legendary Zero fighter struck fear across oceans during World War II. Fast, light, and lethal, it changed the way air battles were fought. But war ended, the world changed, and Japan changed with it. A constitution was signed, weapons production limited, military aggression restrained. Japan's skies grew quiet, and for decades it stayed that way. But threats don't wait, and enemies don't ask permission. As China built the J-20, Russia unleashed the Su-57, and the U.S. soared with F-22s and F-35s. Japan made a quiet decision. We will no longer just defend our skies. We will dominate them. They called it F-X, a sixth-generation fighter, designed in Japan, built by Japan, for Japan. But this wasn't just a jet. This was freedom in stealth form. In 2010, whispers began. Feasibility studies, digital mock-ups. A name emerged, Mitsubishi F-3. And in 2016, the first ghost took breath. The X-2 Shinshin, a stealth testbed. Sleek, angular, invisible to radar. Born from samurai precision and modern obsession. The X-2 proved one thing to the world. Japan's skies are not for sale. The X-2 vanished, but not into failure, into evolution. From its DNA, the F-X was born. This jet wouldn't just fly faster. It would think faster, equipped with AI-driven systems, collaborative unmanned drones, multi-spectrum stealth, and a radar system so advanced, it's called a death whisper. The F-X isn't built to be seen. It's built to see everything and leave no trace behind. Its wings are longer, its body is sharper, its eyes never blink, and its mind, part human, part machine, all lethal. If you can see the F-X, it's already too late. The heart of the F-X is its engine. Japan is working with IHI Corporation to create a thrust-vectoring monster, one that will allow the F-X to turn inside a coin, dodge missiles mid-air, and even fly alongside future AI drones. But that's not all. It will carry electromagnetic warfare systems, laser defense weapons, and even the ability to share data in real time with satellites, ships, and submarines. The F-X is not just a fighter. It's a flying command center. Imagine a battle above the East China Sea, a squad of stealth drones darting ahead. A Chinese J-20 closes in. The pilot smiles. He thinks he's alone. Then ping. The F-X appears on his radar. For just 1 second, before everything goes dark, Japan knows war is never fought alone. In the age of 5th and 6th generation combat, alliances are as deadly as missiles. And the F-X project has allies in high places. Enter the United Kingdom. In 2022, something historic happened. Japan and the UK, along with Italy, announced a Global Combat Air Program, GCAP. 3 nations, 1 vision, and suddenly, the Mitsubishi F-X wasn't just Japan's fighter. It became the foundation of a multinational next-gen warplane. 1 jet, 3 flags, 0 mercy. The UK brings its Tempest technologies. Italy, its aerospace legacy. Japan, its discipline, funding, and vision. Together, they're building what may become the most advanced fighter ever designed outside the U.S., and maybe even beyond it. But this alliance is about more than blueprints. It's about deterrence, because Japan knows what's coming. Look east, and you see clouds forming. The East China Sea is heating up. China's J-20 mighty dragon prowls the skies. Its stealth isn't perfect, but its numbers are growing. North Korea tests missiles like clockwork, each one aimed at fear. And Russia, watches from above, always lurking in the shadows. Japan is surrounded, and yet Japan stays silent. But silence is not weakness. It is preparation. The F-X is not being built to attack. It's being built to end attacks before they begin. A jet that never has to fire. Because no enemy is foolish enough to engage, the world is shifting. Old powers are crumbling. New ones are rising. And air superiority is the new crown. The U.S. dominates the skies with the F-22 and F-35. China answers with J-20 and J-31. Russia throws shadows with the Su-57 and Su-75. But Japan? Japan is building something different. The F-X isn't a copy. It's a counter. It will operate with unmanned AI wingmen, share battlefield data across all domains, neutralize threats before missiles are even launched, fly higher, see further, and strike faster. And unlike others, it's not being built in a hurry. The F-X is being forged slowly, like a katana. Precise, silent, fatal. 2024, design and component testing. 2027, prototype production begins. 2030, first flight. 2035, full deployment. But make no mistake, this is not delay. This is Japan getting it right. Every system is modular. Every weapon bay is future-proof. Every bolt has a purpose. And when the F-X takes flight, it won't be a test. It will be a warning to those watching the Pacific with ambition, to those building islands in disputed waters, to those who underestimate a nation shaped by silence. The message will be clear. We see you. We're ready. And if we must, we strike before you blink. What makes the F-X truly terrifying isn't its weapons. It's its brain. Powered by next-gen onboard AI, the F-X can predict enemy movement, jam systems in real time, control multiple drone wingmen, and even assist a pilot in high-speed tactical decisions. Imagine flying at Mach 2 under radar lock with multiple enemies. You blink, and the AI has already chosen the escape path, countered the incoming missile, deployed a stealth drone to distract the threat. You're not just flying a jet. You're commanding a smart battlefield system. It's not man versus machine. It's man with machine, and together they're unstoppable. The F-X is not flashy. It doesn't pose for cameras. It doesn't announce its presence. Like the samurai who walk quietly with blades beneath their robes, the F-X hides its power in plain sight. It carries long-range air-to-air missiles, hypersonic-ready launch systems, electronic warfare payloads, directed energy weapons in future variants. But it carries no ego, just purpose. It's not built for world domination. It's built so Japan never has to kneel again. And that is its true PowerPoint. One jet is powerful. But one jet with an army of AI-driven drones? That's warfare reimagined. The F-X isn't flying alone. It will fly with loyal wingmen, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, designed to scout ahead undetected, jam enemy radar, launch missiles on command, even sacrifice themselves to protect the manned jet. Each drone moves like it knows what you're thinking, because the F-X already told it. This is man-machine collaboration at 30,000 feet, and it turns the F-X from a single fighter into a hunting pack. Imagine a battlefield where the lead pilot doesn't speak. He just thinks. The jet understands, and the swarm obeys. That's not science fiction anymore. That's the F-X battle doctrine. Forget radar. Forget screens. The future cockpit of the F-X is a holographic dome. Inside, the pilot doesn't look down. He looks around and sees the entire battle space in real-time 3D. Threats light up. Targets pulse. Drones appear as digital allies, tracking, flanking, moving. And through a neural interface, the pilot doesn't just control the jet. He becomes part of it. The F-X is built for cognitive control. Every second saved, every motion predicted, every life protected. Because in future warfare, the one who sees the battlefield first wins. The F-X doesn't chase speed records. It chases information advantage. Japan knows the next war won't be won by firepower alone. It'll be won by stealth, data, survivability, and the ability to strike without being seen. The FXS radar uses gallium nitride AESA technology, able to detect stealth fighters, track multiple targets, and jam at long ranges without ever revealing its own position. This radar system doesn't scream. It whispers. The FX doesn't fire first. It makes sure the enemy never gets a chance. It's the jet that stays unseen and undefeated. The Pacific isn't peaceful. Every week, Chinese fighters cross into disputed airspace. Russian bombers circle Japan's northern coast, and North Korea launches missiles. Just to remind the world it still can. The sky is not quiet anymore. It's loud with threat. And that's why Japan isn't just building the FX. It's building a message that says, we are not spectators. We are not targets. We are prepared. For decades, the United States carried the burden of air dominance in the Pacific. F-15s from Okinawa, F-35s from the carriers, Global Hawk drones patrolling the edges. But Japan has changed. The FX represents a new era, where Japan doesn't wait for protection. It provides it. Allied forces see it as a game changer. Adversaries see it as a problem, because the balance of air power is shifting. And for the first time in a generation, that balance doesn't lean west. It hovers above Tokyo. We still haven't seen the full FX. Not really. No live flight. No confirmed combat specs. Just renders. Concepts. Simulations. But that's by design. Because the most dangerous weapon is the one you never see coming. Behind closed hangars, engineers work in silence. Blueprints evolve. Engines scream on test benches. And in darkened cockpits, the next generation of pilots trains for a jet that doesn't exist yet, but soon will. And when it does, it won't need to announce itself. Its enemies will know no revolution comes without resistance. The FX faces challenges. Japan must build an entirely new stealth airframe, develop a domestic high-thrust engine from scratch, integrate AI, drone teaming, and next-gen radar, and coordinate a multi-nation development timeline. Meanwhile, budgets stretch thin, politics shift, technology leaks threaten innovation. Some experts say Japan should just buy more F-35s. They call the FX too ambitious, too complex, too late. But Japan has heard that before. They said Japan couldn't build cars better than Detroit. They said Japan's tech couldn't rival Silicon Valley. They said Japan's military would never rise again. And now, the world buys Toyotas. The world uses Sony. And soon, the world may fear the FX. Japan's military doctrine is clear. Defend, deter, dominate, not invade, not provoke, not conquer. The FX isn't being built for first strikes. It's being built for last lines. To defend Tokyo, to protect the Sea of Japan, to make sure another Hiroshima never happens. It is not a tool of aggression. It is a tool of peace, maintained through power. Peace, not promised by words, but guaranteed by stealth wings and silent missiles. The FX is a jet that hopes never to fire. But if it must, it will not miss that eye in the streets of Tokyo. Most people don't talk about the FX. No parades, no national broadcast, no public prototype reveals. But in the defense halls of Kasumigaseki, in the labs of Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, and in the eyes of pilots training in simulation domes, there's pride, quiet, deep, unshakable. The pride of a nation that once lost everything and rose again with discipline, resilience, and grace. The FX isn't secret because it's unfinished. It's a secret because it's sacred. More than just wings and wires. The FX is a symbol of rebirth, of readiness, of remembering the past, but never repeating it. It carries the spirit of the Zero, the soul of the Shinkansen, and the future of a nation that refuses to be outpaced. To the rest of the world, it's just another stealth jet. To Japan, it's a message to future generations. You are protected, you are capable, and your skies will never be stolen again. What happens when satellites fail? When GPS is jammed? When drones flood the sky and the enemy is invisible? That's what the FX was built for. It's a jet for scenarios we can't yet imagine. Conflicts that will be won not by firepower, but by adaptability. Its mission, to fly when the skies are dark, to lead when communication is lost, to survive where others can't. It is the answer to the one question every nation now asks. What if the next war isn't like the last? The FX doesn't wonder. It prepares that if you walk near Nagoya, you might hear it. A low rumble, a whine of turbines, the quiet hiss of machinery in motion. No press is invited. No cameras allowed. Only engineers. Only precision. Only progress. And deep in that facility, a shape begins to take form. Not made for speed. Not made for fame. Made for the day when Japan must rise to meet the sky again. Not in fear, but in control. The Mitsubishi F-X is not the final answer. It is the beginning. From it will come autonomous swarms, hypersonic interceptors, quantum-powered warfare networks, and perhaps the first fighters that never need a human on board again. But for now, the FX stands as a bridge between old skies and the new world above them. A machine of steel, silicon, and software, forged in silence, programmed with precision, and flown with purpose. Because Japan isn't just planning for the next war. It's preparing so it never has to fight one again. Will the FX ever fire a missile in anger? We hope not. Will it ever be seen in combat? Maybe not. But that's the point. Because the most powerful jet isn't the one that kills. It's the one that makes killing unnecessary. It's the one whose very existence is a shield, a signal. This is the Mitsubishi F-X. A shadowed eye in an age where the loudest weapon gets the headlines. Japan built something different. A fighter not made to boast, not made to invade, not made for war. It was made to prevent it, made to remind the world. We may walk softly, but we do not walk unarmed. The skies above Japan are not empty. They are watched, protected, guarded by something you may never see until it's too late. This is not just a jet. This is the Mitsubishi F-X. If you love fighter jets, then like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.